Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat is our weekly opportunity to have a practice of gratitude. Our daily prayers actually include moments of gratitude, but Shabbat is different from the rest of the week because on Shabbat, we're not supposed to include all the prayers that are part of our normal service where we ask God for things, or they're petitionary prayers. All of those prayers, we do not say those prayers on Shabbat. And on Shabbat, we are supposed to focus on the prayers that Anne Lamott calls our thanks and wow prayers. So prayers offering thanks to God, or offering like wonder or praise for the things in the world. So we do that every Shabbat together. And I know a lot of people are focused because of Thanksgiving on what we're especially thankful for right now. I wanted to start by offering a prayer that I wish I knew who wrote this. The author is unknown, but it came to me by way of Cantor Rosalie Will, and it's called I Am Thankful. I am thankful for the mess to clean after a party because it means I have been surrounded by friends. For the clothes that fit a little too snug because it means I have enough to eat. For the taxes I pay because it means I am employed. For the partner who says it's hot dogs tonight because she's home with me and not out with someone else. For the partner who is on the sofa being a couch potato because he's home with me and not out at the bars. For the teacher who is complaining, for the teenager who is complaining about doing the dishes because it means she is at home and not on the streets. For a lawn that needs mowing, windows that need cleaning, and gutters that need fixing because it means I have a home. For weariness and aching muscles at the end of the day because it means I have been capable of working hard. For the alarm that goes off in the early morning hours because it means I am alive. For my shadow that watches me work because it means I'm out in the sunshine. For all the complaining I hear about the government because it means we have freedom of speech. For the parking spot I find at the far end of the parking lot because it means I am capable of walking and I have been blessed with transportation. For my huge heating bill because it means I am warm. For the lady behind me in church who sings off key because it means I can hear. And for the pile of laundry and ironing because it means I have clothes to wear. On Shabbat, we start out with our Kabbalat Shabbat service, the section of prayers where we welcome in the spirit of Shabbat. We're going to include Psalm 96 tonight, part of Psalm 96, Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Shir And we continue with Lachado D, welcoming in the Spirit, the Sabbath bride, into our midst with a love poem from the people of Israel. Lachado D, likakala, bene Shabbat, nekabela. Lachado D, likakala, bene Shabbat, nekabela. Shamor v'zachor, b'dibur echad, yishmiyanu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem lo tiferet v'lichila. Lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likra Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi mekor ha'bracha, merosh b'kedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitorari, hitorari, ki v'orach kumiori, uri uri shir daveri, kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. And if you're able, we rise and face the entrance to welcome the Sabbath bride. Boi v'shalom ha'teref bala, gam b'simcha u'b'sola, toch emunah segula. Boi kala, lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. We continue with Shalom Aleichem, welcoming in those messengers of peace for Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharim, Malachei Hayom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hayom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hayom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hayom, Mi Melech Malachei And we join together in our blessings to officially welcome in Shabbat, our blessings over the candle, the kiddush over the wine, and challah, hamotzi over our bread. If you have candles, I invite you to light those along with me as we welcome in Shabbat. As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindled light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And we join together in Kiddush over our wine or grape juice. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinhilanu Zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. L'chaim. And we'll join together in Hamotzi. Sadly, I do not have a challah right now, but I do have some animal crackers. So we'll join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. Te'avon. If you are enjoying a Shabbat dinner, maybe you're having some Thanksgiving leftovers, whatever it is, hopefully it is more delicious than that sad animal cracker. Te'avon, enjoy your Shabbat meal. Now that we've welcomed in Shabbat, we continue with the Ma'ariv, our evening section of our service, beginning with Shema, Ubirchotecha, Shema, and its blessings, beginning with Baruch Hu, which is our official call to worship. So if you are able, please rise and join with me. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam You may be seated, and we continue now with Ma'ariv Aravim, our prayer, offering gratitude and acknowledgement to God for the amazing and intricate way that our world works, the seasons that change, and that we have each day a new opportunity as night turns to day and day again turns to night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim b'mishmeratechem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who mixes things together. And we continue now with Ahavat Olam, thanking God for entrusting us with God's most precious gift, the Torah, which is our blueprint for the work that we are supposed to do to teach our children, teach each other, teach ourselves how to be good and do good in this world. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Torah u'mitzvot ukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbenu kumenu nasiach bechukacha v'nismach b'divrei Toratacha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem hayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negei yomam ve'layla negei yomam ve'layla ve'ahavadcha tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael ohev amo Yisrael ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'otecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi Mitzavcha hayom al levavecha, Vishinantam levanecha, Vidibarta bam, Bishivtecha bevetecha, Uvlechtecha vaderech, Uvshokbecha uvkumecha, Ukshartam leot al yadecha, Vehayula totafot bein einecha, Uchtavtam al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha, Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzotai v'hitem kedoshim l'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem meretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem l'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem emet. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravaged by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Continue with Micha Mocha, our song of redemption and freedom. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh. No rodilot, no seifalei, no rodilot, no seifalei, Adonai imach le'olam va'ed. Malchutecha rovanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'eli anu ve'amru, ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimach le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. We continue now with Hashki Venu, thanking God that we can rest assured that when we go to bed, that we will be protected under God's shelter of peace, God's Sukkot Shlomecha, so that we can wake up in the morning to a new day and sing Modeh Ani. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Amidenu Shomreinu Shomreinu l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukkot Sukkot Shlomecha. I close my eyes, my thoughts they rise up to the sky. Another day gone by. So when Move now into the Amidah, our standing prayer. If you are able, please rise as we join together. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh hakol, v'zocher haste avot v'imahot, u'mevi gula lifnei v'nehem, leman shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol atah rav le'hoshia. Mashif haruach umarid hagashem, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verafech holim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha b'geverot, Umido melech, melech mimi tu mechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emanata lechachayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalalu chasala, baruch atah Adonai, HaKadosh. We're going to take a few moments now for silent prayer and meditation. You can go ahead and be seated, and we'll join back together in Oseh Shalom, our prayer for peace. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. This week, our Torah portion is Parshat Vayetze, which is in the middle of Jacob's story of becoming. So Eden taught us last Shabbat about how Jacob had his famous sibling rivalry with his twin Esau, and he had to leave his house in haste because he deceived his father, Isaac. He deceived him by pretending to be Esau to get the blessing from Isaac, his father, and then he also tricked his brother into giving over the birthright. So in these two instances of Jacob deceiving and tricking his family, he had to leave quite quickly. Vayetze means he went out and left his home in order to go to a new place, a different place. One, to continue on his journey. Two, not to be murdered by his brother. So Jacob goes out and he is traveling on the road, and he stops in a place that he thinks is quite ordinary for the evening to sleep. And this is a story that probably familiar to a lot of people, that he takes a rock and he lies down, which sounds horribly uncomfortable, lies down on the rock and goes to sleep. And then he has this really amazing dream where this ladder comes down, and then there's angels that are going up and down the ladder. And he has this moment of wrestling with a messenger or God or a person, we're not quite sure. And this is the beginning of what is going to be Jacob's transformation. His name is going to be changing from Jacob to Israel. And when he wakes up, he has this moment where he looks around and he says, wow, surely God was in this place, and I did not know that. I did not know it. And now he sees that God is in this place, and he sets up a little altar with the rock and pours oil on it. But until he came to that place, even when he was in that place, he wasn't looking for God. He didn't expect to see God. He didn't expect to have this moment. And yet when he went to sleep, he had this experience that many of us know very well. We've studied over the years. We've learned this story. And what I was thinking about this week, one is that it struck me that Jacob has what we know from the Torah, the stories of the Torah often recount these big moments: the crossing of the Red Sea out of slavery, receiving the 10 Commandments, entering into a covenant at Mount Sinai with God. And Jacob also has some really big moments in his life. He's got these two big parts of his life are the story that I just told about, recounted about his brother when he's younger and getting the blessing and the birthright. And then another big story is going to come very soon after this moment, which is when he comes to find Lavan and meet Rachel and Leah, and falls in love with one of them and wants to marry one of them. And sort of then the tricker becomes the tricky and gets tricked into marrying the wrong daughter. And so then he works another 7 years. And so eventually Rachel and Leah are going to both be his wives. So those are two huge moments in Jacob's life. And I find it striking that in this Torah portion, that where Jacob encounters God is not in these big grand moments. It's not at the beginning or of his journey, or at the destination of his journey, which is going to find Lavan, to find his wife. But it's in this sort of nowheresville in between. He really doesn't think he's anywhere special, and he's traveling, and he is not looking for God. This experience happens to him when he least expects it. And while the experience itself is probably not one that many of us have had, of that dream or wrestling with God, I think for me, what really speaks to me is that experience of not looking. It's when you're like, when I'm trying to understand God and maybe like experience God, then it feels really frustrating. But then in those moments where I'm not looking for it, I'm not looking for God, I'm not seeking like, okay, I'm going to have a spiritual moment, but it's those moments where something happens sort of organically. And that's where I experience God, not in the big grand moments of life, but sort of in the everyday when I'm not looking for it. And so, I was thinking about that, and I also was reflecting on a teaching from Rabbi Rick Jacobs, the president of the URJ, sort of related to this idea that when Jacob, he has the dream with the ladder, and along the same lines, he's in this in-between place. He's not, he has left his home, his childhood home, where he acts in a way that is problematic and perhaps immature, but has lots of issues. And then he's now on this journey to become he is going to become a different person, and we don't yet know in the story. We know because we've read the story, but we don't yet know what person he's going to become. But he's in the midst of this journey when he has this dream about this ladder. And so Rabbi Jacobs offers the idea that this dream, that he wakes up and says, wow, God was in this place and I did not know it, that Jacob was awakened to something inside of him that he needed to address. And so he maybe had some problematic aspects of himself in his childhood home. And now he's going to be on this journey to grow up a little bit. And this idea of the ladder, that each of us has something that a ladder we're climbing. And what is it that awakens us to that ladder, and what are we working towards? What are we climbing up that ladder for? What are we ascending to? And what I really like about this idea of the ladder and Jacob's sort of ongoing journey of ascent, spiritual ascent, becoming a better person ascent, is that I think the Torah helps teach us that it is gradual. It's not, again, we're not doomed to be one certain way. Jacob didn't act with the best behavior, and he's not going to be that way for the rest of his life. He can make a choice to change, but that change is going to happen slowly, step by step up that ladder. And I like that idea from Rabbi Jacobs that change isn't going to happen overnight. And Jacob's story reminds us sort of taking the long view of what it is we're working towards. So I encourage you to think about what it is that you personally are working towards. If you had a ladder, if you could imagine yourself on this sort of spiritual ladder, what is it that you're working towards? And what are those small steps that you take that maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, am I really making any progress? But, and it doesn't feel like a big step, but eventually maybe you can look back and like, wow, I'm halfway up that ladder. So not just personally, but also as a nation, as a community, what are we working towards? And it's several months since the murder of George Floyd, and it's been just a few short weeks since our election, and I know that many people in our community are very passionate about racial justice work, and that I think is a perfect example of something that, like, a horrible incident happens where someone gets murdered basically because of the color of their skin, and we want to rush to, like, we need to fix this problem right now, but the problems are so deeply rooted in our society. We can't just jump to the top of the ladder. We have to take it step by step. And so I encourage you to think about where you are, and no place is the wrong place. If you feel like you're just on the first step of that ladder, that's totally fine. If you feel like you're farther along and you're frustrated that other people aren't farther along with you, that is also totally valid and legit. And to think about where it is that you want to be going next in that process. And one piece on that I will encourage everybody, no matter who you are, if you are interested in participating, the Union for Reform Judaism and the Religious Action Center, our social action lobbying arm of our organization, of the URJ, are offering a 4-part diversity, equity, and inclusion training to anyone affiliated with a Reform congregation. So if you are someone who's interested in taking that training specifically through the lens of being a Reform Jew, I highly encourage you to sign up for that. And if you need the link, if you need help finding the link, you can email me and I'd be happy to share that link with you. So as we celebrate this Shabbat and step back from the work that we're doing during this week, we reflect on where we are in the ladder, in our own ladder, and how we can keep climbing it. And part of what we do on Shabbat is do the sort of the spiritual work within ourselves to rejuvenate ourselves so that during the week we can keep on climbing our ladder, whatever it is. So may you have a restful Shabbat. May you have a reflective Shabbat. And may you have an experience sometime, perhaps this Shabbat, sometime in the next coming weeks, where you also realize that God was in whatever place you are, and maybe you didn't realize it, but I hope that you all have an experience that comes upon you unexpectedly, that gives you a sense of promise and a sense of hope and comfort. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to move back into our Shabbat service, continuing with Mishaberach, our prayer, asking God to give strength and healing to those who are sick and those who help care for those who are sick. As I spoke about, everyone has a different ladder of things that you're working on. For some people, just working on your own health, or working through a physical or a mental health issue is a ladder in itself. So for all the people in our community who are suffering, we think of them, we think of you, and we wish you and pray for refuah shlema, a complete healing. So this Shabbat, we are praying for the healing of Valentina Darakovsky, Azrael Early, Rohan Early, Tara Landry, Myra Masig, Patricia Shapiro, Orly Sherman, Amy Thornton, Deborah Newman-Zisk-Castengay, Lindsay Robinson, Laura Armstrong, Stacy Hetzel, Diane Turner, Michael Circuitpool, Jacqueline Tara Smith, Kalina Suzawa, Deborah Rose, Sid Rubin, Liliana Oxsmith, Hans Wheel, Phil Grinker, Benjamin Dominitz, Terry Callett, Pam Shane Johnson, Eileen Kreisman, Ronnie Haber, Mark Byler, Sherry Schnabel, Carlene Ackerman, Scott Bush, Lisa Bush, Danielle Sirkinpool, Sarah Rose, Mary Ann Witten, and Mary Wilhite. Let's join together in Mishaberach. Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with your refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We rise as able and join together in Aleinu L'Shabeach. Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol, Latet Gedula Leotzer Breshit, Shelo Asanu Kigoye Haratzot, Velo Samanu Kamishpachot Adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Vanachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Livnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'aretz, Vayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad. You may be seated now as we turn our thoughts to our loved ones who we've lost either recently in the last 30 days, in the last year, or at this time in season past. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. The Jewish tradition is that you start saying Kaddish for somebody, not when they die, but after they're buried. So on this Shabbat, I want to at least acknowledge the loss of our congregant, David Gould, earlier this week. David's funeral will be next week, so we'll start saying Kaddish for him officially next Shabbat, but I wanted to at least acknowledge the loss in our community, and we're sending our love to David's wife, Sharon. And this Shabbat, we are observing the yahrzeits of Sanford Altschul, Herbert Bachrock, Albert Barrow, Archie Bloom, Moshe Cohen, Boru Benji Dorfman, David Friedman, Philip Mayer Green, Beverly Kaufer, Dorothy Kushner, James Patrick Launer, Matthias Felix Levinson, Joan Racy Rifkin, Harry Robinson, Bessie Shapiro, Marjorie Anita Cohn Spring, Eric Vasson, Esther Sura Weiselman, Alan Waldbaum, and Verna Weigel. Let's join together as a community in our Mourners Kaddish, and if you are able, please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirote v'yamlich malchute. B'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chaye de kol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehe shmei rabba mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol bircha v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiram be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world. And we say together, amen. And may their memories be for a blessing. Just really quickly before we finish with our closing song, be sure to check your weekly newsletter. We have a lot of really fun, interesting, educational things coming up. And I want to just highlight that Dan Nichols, the musician Dan Nichols, who is an incredible teacher, and just a beautiful spirit, beautiful person. He is going to be doing a special Hanukkah program with us, sponsored by, or not sponsored by, but put together by the Sisterhood. But it's for everybody. It's not just for people who are officially in Sisterhood, it's for everybody. And so I encourage you to come to that on December 13th in the evening. And we also have some really, I think some interesting classes starting up, some interesting groups that Rabbi Sidney is putting together, some different grief groups. So make sure to check the weekly email, and we look forward to connecting with you in different ways in the coming months. So we're going to finish with Ozi V'Zimrat Yah from both from the Exodus story and from the Psalm. My strength, balance. This is the translation from the person who wrote this melody, which I forgot to write on there. Sorry, it's Shefa Gold. My strength, balanced with the song of God, will be my salvation. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah, Vayehi L'Yeshua. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah, Vayehi L'Yeshua. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah. May your strength and the song of God, the song music within you, be a source of salvation for you this Shabbat. I want to add one more thing that I forgot, which is that next Friday, so on the first Friday of every month, we've been doing a virtual Tat Shabbat from 5:30 to 6, which is not the normal time that we had been doing in person for many, many years. But this coming Friday, this next Friday, we have a Solo Mikey Tat Shabbat from 5:30 to 6, and it's a grandparents and special friends Shabbat. So all little ones are invited with their grandparents and special friends. So if you are a grandparent or a special friend of a little one and want to join us, we would love to see you there. It would be lots of fun to have everyone there. Doesn't matter where you live. if you can make the time work, I guess depends on the time, what time zone you're in, but if you can make it work, we would love to see you there next Friday. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Have a peaceful 25 hours, and we will see you tomorrow morning for Shabbat.